Welcome to my unboxing and review of the new audio-technica ATR2500 USB microphone. First, let's look at the box itself. We have the audio-technica logo at the top. For those who are not familiar with audio-technica, it's a company with its headquarters in Japan, I think. They have been in this industry for about 45 to 50 years, produce lots of microphones, lot of series of microphones. This is the cardioid condenser USB microphone. It's basically a podcaster's microphone, but it can also be used for some basic home studio recording if you want to. We have the microphone itself to the left, and we have the indication that it is a cardioid condenser USB microphone. Now, what is cardioid? If you're not familiar with it, it basically means it records the voice of the person who is sitting in front and ignores all the things from behind. Okay, now coming to next, we have the audio-technica logo on the side, both sides I mean. On behind, if you look at it, there's an overview of the features. It's basically a plug and play microphone. No drivers needed, no installation, nothing. Plug it, it's ready to go. It has a very large diaphragm. It's a condenser microphone. It's ideal for podcasting, home studio recording, field recording, and voiceovers. Okay, now one of the basic and one of the most best advantage of this thing is that it has a headphone jack. A headphone jack which you can plug in while you're recording your sound so that you can listen to what you're recording. This is very advantageous. I mean, you can listen to all the background noises and you can eliminate them if you want at the time of recording itself. Okay, I know you might be hearing some background noises right now because I'm not using my headphone jack now. And I don't mind if that noise is in the background also, because I'm an average podcaster. I don't have anything like a studio in my home. All the background noises will be there. My kids are playing around, my microphone, my refrigerator in the next room has a condenser which is very loud. Okay, everything is there. I just want you to know how much this microphone is capable of picking up even the minutest detail. It's very good. Then we have a 16-bit resolution and a sampling rate of 44.1 to 48 kHz. Mac and Windows compatible. And they also include some instructions for downloading free software, which seems quite useless. Okay, now let's go to specification. It's a condenser microphone with cardioid polar pattern. It has a frequency response of 30 to 15,000 Hz. It's USB powered, no other power adapters are required. Sampling rate already mentioned. Now if you look at the volume control, okay, it has a volume up and a volume down button on the microphone itself. But I suggest you don't use them at the time of recording, because if you use them at the time of recording, this is what will happen. When you touch the button and press it, there is some disturbance. Okay, it's avoidable. Now it weighs 366 grams. Now that's very important. I will tell you about that later. And if you want to go through the dimensions, it is there right on the screen. And the output connector on the microphone is a USB-B female connector. Okay, so, but your computer will be having a USB-A female connector, so you will be needing a USB-B to USB-A male cable. Now this is very advantageous. I mean, it's a standard cable available for very cheap price. Audio-Technica completely avoided the use of any proprietary cable. Now if it was the case, you'll have to pay a lot to get a replacement cable. You don't need that here. Now the output power of the headphone jack is 10 milliwatts at 16 ohms. Now this also seems relevant to me because one of the most interesting thing I found out after getting this microphone in my hand is that it can act as a sound card too. If you plug in the microphone and you don't have any other audio out device, you just put your headphone in the headphone jack on the microphone. This acts as a sound card then. It's very great. I mean, 10 milliwatts at 16 ohms is kind of good for a microphone, for a USB sound card like thing, okay, which you get for free when you buy a microphone. Very good one. Okay, now the accessories included in the box are a pivoting stand mount, a tripod desk stand, and the mini USB cable. To be honest, we'll be going through all of these, but in my opinion, the tripod and the pivoting stand mount are very cheap quality. You better get something new. It is compatible with Mac OS as well as Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8. I'm using it on a USB 3 port. It's also compatible with USB 1 and 2. 64 MB of RAM minimum. Everyone has more than that, I'm sure of it. Okay, now coming and having a look at the microphone itself, it has different parts. Let's go to them quickly. First of all, it has a windscreen behind the mesh. It has a mesh too, okay. Now they claim that the windscreen performs somewhat a function similar to that of a pop filter. But I suggest you get a pop filter. Right now I'm not using a pop filter. I'm just speaking straight into the microphone. Then we have the condenser microphone element itself with a sensor inside the mesh. Now there is a very bright blue LED, okay. We'll talk about it later. Then we have the volume up button, volume down button below that. Then we have the headphone jack, the USB-B female port at the bottom, the stand and the cable, okay. Now this is a microphone itself. It's cylindrical in shape. It has a metal-like build. Build quality is good. If you're not rolling it on the ground, I mean, it won't catch any scratches or anything. It will be in very good condition for a very long time. It's pretty heavy, okay. It's about 366 grams, okay. We'll say about that later. Now this is a bottom view of the microphone. There you can see the USB-B female connector. This is a side view. As you can see that the mesh on the front and behind are separated by a metal strip like thing. Also the mesh on the top also is separated. It's a cardioid microphone, so obviously it will be recording more sound from the front side. Keep that in mind. So if you are doing something like a group discussion or something, this won't be the best microphone for you, okay. This is the back view. I need to hold the microphone to take the back view in this poster because the volume up and the volume down button are on the front. With that, the microphone won't be stable if I keep it on the floor like this. Obviously there is no need for you to keep it on the floor like this. This is a top view. Now this gives you an approximate measurement. Okay, now coming to the accessories. This is a tripod stand along with the mount. They are pretty low quality in my opinion. I will say about it later. Now this is the tripod with all its legs extended. Just to give an idea of the measurement, how much it measures with all the legs stretched out. This is a tripod with the mount all assembled. A top view. Now here's a standard USB B to USB A cable. Now the cable length is more than adequate. Okay, I will show it to you next slide. This is a USB B male connector. This goes into the microphone. The standard one you can get you can get a second cable if you want to. It's very cheap. It's available everywhere. Okay, now this is my Sony headphones. I compared its length to the USB cable. USB cable length will be more than adequate for every normal use, and even if you want, you can get a second cable outside. It's quite cheap, nothing of a big deal, but I give you the cable length is more than adequate for a normal user. Okay, this is the USB-B connector again. Okay, now here we have the microphone assembled and connected to my computer. The first thing you will notice is that the bright blue light. It's a eye-catching feature on the microphone itself, but when you turn off the lights and watching some movies, this thing is really irritating. But I'll have to live with it. It's nothing of a big deal. Here you can see the beautiful mesh. I love the mesh. Right now I'm not using a pop filter, but I think it does its job well. Side view of the thing. Okay, now this is something very important. This is the first time if you are trying to move the microphone, with the tripod stand on, do it like this only. Okay, never grab the microphone and move it. Okay, this thing is very flimsy stand. Okay, tripod. Okay, what I did initially was I grabbed the microphone like this and I moved it. What happened, you know? The thing came out. I broke it. Okay, it's very tragic. It happened the first day I bought the microphone itself. But anyway, I just put it back there and it was relatively stable provided I don't touch much. Okay, so I kept it there like that itself. It's going fine. Okay, it's very cheap. I suggest you get something aftermarket or something like that. I mean, lots of them are available on Amazon and eBay, all other sites if you want to. Now this is the microphone itself with the blue LED turned off. Again, another view if you want to. Okay, these are all the accessories just on the back of the box. I thought you would like to see that too. Okay, that's all. It wraps up my episode. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel. I occasionally buy a few tech things. I'll be giving you a review of that. Okay, now if you ask me why I bought this microphone or the Blue Yeti or something like that, first of all, it has a headphone jack. I love that feature, and it's comparing to performance to price ratio, I think this is the sweet spot you can never get in this. Okay, so I'll be using this for a few months. After that, I'll be giving you the review whether it's still working or not. I think it will be working. It's a very good product. I think build quality is excellent except for the stand. Everything else is superb, and the manual is also exceptionally good. It's very good manual. All the specifications are given in depth, and the cables are of adequate length. It also has a sound card facility, not facility, it has a sound card option, whatever you may say that. Compatible with Mac and Windows. Very good buy if you are an average podcaster or a beginning podcaster and looking for a very good quality microphone at an affordable rate. This is the product you need to invest in. So if you like, please do subscribe to my channel, and as always, take care. Bye.